Welcome to the show, Amy Jo, or AJ, an award-winning talented music artist. Started out writing songs at the tender age of 9, performing solo by 15. You were inspired by your mother, also a singer and songwriter, and you've created your own mixed country-style music, blending southern rock, red dirt, outlaw, blues, country folk, and Americana. Heck of a mix there. You have won and been nominated for numerous awards. Your single Swamp Water for Gold Song of the Year, along with being Best Female Vocalist and Songwriter of the Year, to name a few. Your single I Can Be Your Bad Decision was released in February this year. There's a ton of other stuff to talk about with you, Amy. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I know that's a mouthful.
Mm.
Yeah, you said, well, that's a heck of a mix.
It is, yeah.
I don't believe in putting art or music in a box. So
Yeah.
it's kind of an eclectic thing. Like I myself am country. I'm like a down to earth country bumpkin human being. And it comes out in my music, but then all these other influences that I've loved so much just kind of just get, I adopt them in and just blend it in, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been really, really, really great. So,
What do you like doing the most?
oh gosh, out of everything, like style wise, or
Yeah.
like, oh, well, like I said, country is the root of all of it. I'm very much country. I love me some edgy, kind of heavy, hard rock country. And I love blues and R&B, and it just kind of all, just mixes together. It just depends on the song.
Do you write positive, social conscious lyrical content?
I do and I can. So, not a project that I wrote, but I'm about to, because I produce as well. One of my co-writers and good friends, she actually has a project that she's working on that's we're doing a social project that I'm getting to be the producer on. So that's going to be really, really cool. It's kind of like about awareness and not being alone. It's going to be called Talk to Me. And that's something that she's working on that I'm going to be helping her with. So that's going to be really cool.
Hmm. And what's the instrumentation like?
It'll be a little lighter, kind of the more like acoustic piano kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Tom?
Mm. Well, among all of the other things that you've worked on and done, you're a voting Grammy member and you're a Grammy mentor, and you've been considered for 5 categories in the 2025 Grammys. So, tell us about that, about how you became a member and sort of a mentor, and what it's like to be nominated.
Well, it's pretty wild. So you mentioned I've kind of been involved in music from a young age,
Mm.
and it feels like a really long, drawn out process, but at the same time, it's like it's just been life.
Hmm.
And then it feels like everything started to snowball all at once. So it's like all of it's been a long time coming, right? So I got into a really cool organization as well. It's the International Singer Songwriters Association. So we do global things where we connect with other artists, and I connected with some people through that that actually recommended me to become a Grammy member.
Yeah.
And I was really shocked to be put into the mentorship, and I've gotten to do some networking and things like that. And that's something I've always loved to do. Like I love to teach like teenagers and people who love music but don't really know how to write it or where to start. Like that's a passion of mine, is like
Mm.
helping people learn where to get started.
Yeah.
So it's been a really cool opportunity. I feel like there's more people that need to be involved who actually care where the direction of music and those sort of things are headed. And I don't know, I have a heart for it. So it's been a really cool thing to be a part of.
Hmm. So what do you think about this whole Beyonce thing?
Don't get me wrong. I do love me some Beyonce. Like so back in the day, like I was a Destiny's Child fan growing
Oh,
up,
wow.
okay?
Mhm.
So don't get me wrong. I love a lot of her music, especially like the earlier stuff, like not so much now. I'm just gonna be honest for my personal preference, right?
Yeah.
Um I have respect for her as a hardworking woman and all that.
Mm.
But she never should have even been included in a single country category listed. I'm just gonna. I was a prospect on that ballot that never would have stood a chance when people like Lainey Wilson
Yeah.
and Chris Stapleton and those kind of people are getting snubbed for her to win country. It was a little bit wild, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I believe it's kind of a racist genre, and that's not good. I mean, because black people go see white people play all the time. Eminem, and they accept every people in different genres, and the banjo was originated in Africa.
Oh yeah, and I live right here in well in Music Central. I mean the home of country music is down here.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
Tupelo and all that. So and Memphis and I mean that's where a lot of my influences and stuff come from.
Mm.
And I feel like any true like country artist actually gets it. I'm not going to speak for like what we call modern day country because I'm not gonna really get into all that, I guess. But I mean, things change and things evolve. I feel
Yeah.
like people forget where roots are. But I'm all about if it was a country album, I'd have been like, go girl, win it. But
Right.
she said herself it wasn't, so absolutely not.
Well, let's see it. I'm trying to get racism out of music. Image has nothing to do with
Oh
music.
yeah, no, I don't care if she's black, purple, white, yellow, pink, rhinoceros. I don't care. It wasn't a country album.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, the young people fell in love with it, and for some young people that's never heard country really before, you know, it had a little twang in some parts. I like that she tried to integrate other people to collaborate with her. That's in country. You know what I mean? Lionel Richie did that too. He
oh
went
yeah.
he went and did some, you know, when I was in the
Well, yeah,
comic.
you got Posty. His whole album was collaborations with actual country artists. So,
Yeah.
that's a good direction of where to start.
It was a trip when I was with the Commodores. Uh my
They're
favorite
awesome.
my favorite song was called Sail On, and that was a country song,
Mm.
Yeah.
right? And when white people found out they was black, they got a little pissed, and the black people was going, "What the hell are you doing? Doing a country song." But it's the same 12 notes. I don't care what genre you do. It's the same
Yeah.
12 notes. We got to get racism out of there. We got to get image out of there.
Oh yeah. It shouldn't even matter what you look like. Do you make good music or don't you? Like it should have
Well,
nothing to do with it.
well, I played at the Grand Ole Opry years ago. Those are the things I want to take out of music.
Yeah.
Before we had video, you had to listen on the radio, and you fell in love with it, and you didn't care what the person looked
Yeah.
like, but that made you want to go see who they were. You
Right.
know, so you write social conscious lyrical content as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
in different forms and Christian music and I mean you name it. So,
Who were some of your favorite social conscious music artists?
oh goodness. That's a great question. I feel like there's been so many people who have actually made waves and made a difference.
Mm.
Um Gosh, could I pick one? My favorite social conscious artist. I can't come up with one off the top of my head.
That's a shame.
Um I'm going through different things and thinking of collaborations and people who've come together, with different types of people and things like that to collaborate. And I just can't think of one right now.
John
Uh,
Lennon?
oh, of course, Lennon was amazing.
Well, imagine, and what he was saying was imagine peace.
Imagine all the people. Yeah,
We need more music that's going to heal, educate, and solve problems. But with
yeah,
any kind of instrument, all of that stuff, right? That's what Music for Global Change is about.
I
Uh,
love that.
I'm collaborating with people all over the world, and I'm trying to get
Yeah,
people to do duets with each other, all from all over the world. Because, Amy, if you introduce me to your friends, they never heard of me before, but bless you because you go, hey, hey, I'm right. Check out my friend Skyler Jett. Or if I go, I want you to check out my friend Amy Joe. You might never heard of her. Well,
Yeah.
well, we all have our own fans, and if we could collaborate like that,
Yeah.
we can inspire people to do more social conscious music.
That's so I love that you said that because I very much have the standpoint of like there's room for everybody. Like
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, like people who are afraid to like share their contacts or share other people's work or they're just not secure in themselves and they're kind of missing the whole point of the
right.
music thing because music is what it's a global language. It doesn't matter. Like I've gotten to meet some really cool people like through the Grammys and through these different organizations that are all over the world and all different ethnicities and colors and different genres of music and stuff. And I think it's great.
Hmm.
And I'm like, check them out. They're so good. And I get really excited about it. And you form genuine friendships that way. And I feel like a lot of people really miss the mark on that. They're like afraid that somebody else is going to steal their spotlight. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Like y'all are missing the point. Like the more you bring people in and the more that you like make people feel comfortable and let them know that you appreciate and support them, the better off you're going to be. Like you're not only helping them out, you're advancing yourself.
That's
I mean, it's
exactly
just
right.
smart. That's just being smart. I'm just gonna that's the business side of it. People know when you're a genuine person, and when you're not. And when you like genuinely are like, oh yeah, this is great. Like, let me help you out and let's share this and I'll introduce you to so and so. And
Yeah.
and some people just they don't want to. They want to just like, nope, this is all about me.
Yeah.
And
It's
Yeah.
so
insane because there's 8 billion people on the planet.
yeah.
There's always going to be not enough people that's heard their thing, right? Tom,
Yeah, it kind of dovetails rather nicely with the next question I've got for you, and that surrounds collaborations. Is
Oh,
there or
perfect.
have there been collaborations with people in the past that you've, really, really loved? And if there hasn't, who would you most like to collaborate with if you got the opportunity?
Oh gosh, there's so many people I would love to work with. I mean, I have like a list of, people that I look up to in music and icons and stuff. Goodness. I've gotten to collaborate with a few of my friends, which has been
Yeah,
really cool. That's
yeah,
just been really like it's been a lot of you kind of find your comfy spot and you're like, cool, we can write some really fun stuff and you just kind of get going with it. I feel like there's never too many. We were talking about people collaborating together and like you were talking about Lionel Richie and Beyonce and like I mentioned, Post Malone came into like and did all his
yeah,
whole album was like all with country artists and he just
yeah.
totally like switched gears. I have a lot of respect for that. I really like, well, actually, I'm wearing their shirt. It actually this is the Cadillac 3,
Okay.
and they're phenomenal. They brought in like funk and rock and stuff into
Uh-huh.
country, and they'll throw in
Oh
some
wow.
blues and like it's a mix. Like, and so they just do what they want to do, and I
Mhm.
think that's really important in music. And
Yeah,
so I've always wanted to work with them, and a lot of the people I would have loved to work with aren't around anymore.
yeah,
Like the people that I used to look up to, whether it was in Motown or like down here in Elvis, I'm in Elvis territory,
yeah,
like all these different people that they're not around anymore. But
yeah,
I have a lot of like country roots.
yeah.
Like I think Reba is the cutest little thing I've ever seen, and she is still just as spicy now as she was 30, 40 years ago. There's a lot of people that I think are just really down to earth
Yeah.
that I would love to work with.
Cool. All right.
and do you tour?
Yes, actually, I've been working on building up another one over like the next coming year. So I have a lot that's about to come out. So I have stuff in the pipeline that is kind of being built up enough for at least a new EP to come out, and then I'm going to be going and promoting more places and kind of doing like the press tour and the radio tour. But then also while I'm in those different places, I'm going to try and kind of work in some performances wherever that's at.
I've been playing music 59 years, right?
That's awesome.
And I'll never forget, I was about 13, and my uncle says, "You getting serious about this, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, I want to be a musician. I want to be a star, right?" He goes, "Well, let me
And
tell you
people
something."
look at you like you're crazy, right? When you're like, yes, I'm just going to be a musician. Or when you tell them you're a musician, they're like, okay, all
Yeah.
right. Like, what's your day job?
Well, yeah, there you go. But the first thing he said to me now, I want to let you know, it's chicken today and feathers tomorrow.
I love that.
Yeah, so I love traveling. I love going to meet musicians all over the world. Music is everywhere, and I always say it's not just for somebody, it's for everybody, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Anybody that falls in love with it. The little black kid was listening to some country music. Oh, I love that. I love that. And I'm thinking to myself, but they're not going to let you in.
Mm.
The industry won't let you in because of your color of your skin. And this is the kind of things that I'm trying to eliminate, in the music world. I mean, if you fall in love with something, let a person do whatever they want to
Oh
do.
yeah. Well, I love that you bring that up, and I love that this is a global platform for that because I'm actually because like I said, I'm in the Grammys and all that, but I'm also in the ACM, so the Academy of Country Music, and the CMAs, and I'm a voting member, and I'm actually in the process of becoming some different things in those organizations as well. And it's like becoming a voice of reason and for change and acceptance, right? Because the politics thing drives me crazy with
Mm.
music. Like you talked about, you mentioned all the races, 100%. Some of the best music comes from some of the most unexpected places you would ever think of. Like you said, in the world, like music is it's the unifier. So to keep certain people out of it is crazy. But it's the same for I don't care where you came from. I don't care if you came from money. I don't care if you what gender you want to be. I don't care what your love life is. Like that all should be completely irrelevant. If you're a decent human being and you make good music, then the world should be able to hear it.
See, the thing with image, I did a demonstration with some kids. I took them in a van, right? And I start channel surfing. And they found something they like, and they're back there, hey, right, right. And I cut the music off. What you doing, Skyler? I said, listen, guys, do you really care what they look like right now?
No.
Right?
Mm.
Because music is something you listen to. It's not something you look at. Right? So it's really important to, if you fall in love with it, I just want to inspire people. If you fall in love with something you like, don't be scared to dip your foot in there, right? And
Do
and
it.
and try it
Yeah.
and not have to worry about what somebody else thinks politically, like you said, right?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Tom?
Yeah. It is.
I know. Obviously, I mentioned earlier that you got your single that you released just this February, just gone. I just want to know what else you've got. If you got any sort of kind of new projects in the pipeline at all that you've been working towards or working on.
I do actually. So I have three songs that I actually just have to go and lay the vocals on. A couple of them are more edgy, and one of them is kind of like fun and laid back. And then I have some more that I'm about to go and produce full band on that are more, there's another couple that are kind of that edgier side of me, but I'm actually bringing in things I've never felt comfortable to put out there to the world before because like let's face
Okay.
it, music is vulnerable, right?
Mm.
And people want you to be vulnerable,
Yeah.
and it's hard because people will pick you apart and you just have to not care. But people want to be able to relate to something, so whether it's hardships or good things or overcoming something or heartbreak, whatever it is, right? I have a lot of those more vulnerable songs that I've written that I've just had kept because I'm like, now is not the time. Now is not the, like I wasn't in a position in my personal life to where I could put those things out there.
Right.
But there's some things that are going to be a little bit of my testimony, a little bit more of like my actual personal story,
Mm.
um,
Okay.
that are going to be coming out over the next year. So,
Thanks.
Listen, bless you for the privilege of your time.
Mm.
oh, right back at you guys. You guys have this cool. You both have a very unique vibe, each of you, and this cool like your accent. I'm sure that you get all the time, Tom. I love your accent. I love your accent. Where are you from?
He
Like
only
people
has
have,
me on the show because of the British accent. I'm
yeah,
sure
the
that's
British
what it is.
accent.
Sure
And
that's what
then
it is.
and then Skylar, you're a cool cat. Like you're very chill and you're very welcoming, and I really appreciate you reaching out to me. So
Thank you. I've been at this social conscious thing over 20 years, right? And it's catching on. The movement is catching on. There's more people writing. I'm trying to get more people to write social conscious music
Yeah,
because we got to change the narrative,
absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
you can through music, right?
Yeah.
I love that. And I like what like challenging the status quo, right? Like
Yeah,
shaking
yeah.
it up a little bit. That's what musicians are here for. So,
Absolutely.
That's why I left the United States. It's because I was telling people I was going to do this, and they go, "Hey, good luck with that, Sky."
Mm.
Like it's never going to happen, kind of thing, you know. And that made me want to do it more. You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
they'll shut you down. And I don't know if you, so an artist that makes me think of in country, one that is, he just doesn't care, and he's kind of really gotten to where he just does his own, like Eric Church.
Yeah,
He'll come out and be like, he's kind of like fight the man, you know? Like I love a lot of his stuff because he just doesn't care.
because see, what Music Globe changes is getting people to inspire people from different parts of the world
Oh yeah.
to write with each other, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that. That's what it's about. Music is more about the connections, I think, even like friendships and stuff, even more so than just the music. That's what I
Yeah,
really love about
it's
it.
the
So,
same 12 notes. It's
yeah.
how you feel them,
Yeah.
right? Tom's going to get all your information so we can spread the love, okay?
Mm.
Great. Well, I appreciate you both. Thank you, fellas, for chilling with me for a little bit today.
That's been
Yeah,
great.
thank
Really
you for
good.
coming on.
Yeah,
Okay.
just want to know, just for our viewers, just what kind of social media presence you have, maybe websites and details like that. If you can give us those, we'll pop them in the description of the video, and people can go out and go and check out what you're up to.
100%. So my music is on all platforms, iTunes. I know Spotify is a tough one, but it's out there on all the digital platforms too, Amazon and YouTube and all that. My website is amyjosmusic.com. And on almost all of my socials now, I had some of my professional pages taken down by good old Meta, but so so I had to change one of mine to be my music page, but it's Amy Jo, just AMYJO. A lot of things it's at Amy Jo's Music, and you can find me anywhere.
All right.
Right. All right. Blessings to you and your family and
Thanks, Amy Jo.
all your music that you're doing and congratulations. Have fun on your tour, okay?
Oh, thank you. Bless y'all. It's been awesome to chat with you, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.